Good morning, students. Welcome back to my channel again. And today we are going to study about very new topic. Before that, let's recall what we have studied yesterday. Okay, students? So yesterday, let's recall. So yesterday we have studied about which things? We studied about discovery of cells. Yes, discovery of cells. Who discovered? Robert Hooke discovered in 1665. Then we discussed about is we did a simulation in which we discussed about which things that cork cells, that dead cells means that was of plant, and the cheek cells, okay, onion cells and cheek cells. Okay, students, then we discuss about that cellular and multicellular organism, okay, unicellular and multicellular organisms. Okay, what are that? Then now let's talk about a very new thing. Okay, students. So students, in this simulation you can see this few things. See, this is hexagonal in shape. Yes, this is oval in shape here. Animal cell and plant cell is having this hexagonal shape. In this between there is dark spot. This is known as nucleus. In this also there is something, and there is filled something over here in between. Okay, that is known as cytoplasm. And in plant cell you can see dark shaded portion with every cell, that is known as cell wall. It is not present in this animal cell. Okay, and all these things of cells are known as components of cell. Okay, students, see components of cell, and let's study about different components of cells. So different components of cells are, see, first one, nucleus. Where it is present? It is present in the center. Okay, this blue one is nucleus, and in this nucleus also there is a small structure known as nucleolus, and there is a mitochondria present in this cell. This is known as powerhouse of the cell. There is ribosomes also in the cell. Okay, there is cell membrane also in the cell. Then endoplasmic reticulum. These are also two types: soft, smooth and rough endoplasmic reticulum. And the liquid part left in the cell is known as cytoplasm. Okay, students, everyone is clear with this? So we will see first plasma membrane. What is plasma membrane? So plasma membrane separates cell from one another, okay, one another, and the cell from the surrounding medium. Okay, and the plasma membrane is porous and allows the movement of the substance or material both inward and outward. Okay, inward and outward. Plasma membrane is this red color portion which is after cell membrane. Okay, students, are you clear with this? So now tell me, this plasma membrane surrounding this cell, will it be allowing everything to come inside the cell and go outside the cell? It is a very difficult question, but you can answer just thinking. Like that is your home. In your home, can anyone can enter your home? Yes or no? So this, just take few seconds, observe this question, prepare your answer, then answer this question in the comment box of this video. Okay, I will be checking that answer after this question. So this plasma membrane don't allow all kind of material through it, okay, because we say this plasma membrane is semi permeable, so it allows only few things, like we can just relate it with neighbors. We don't allow all the neighbors to come into our house. We, if we take our relatives also, we just allow our relatives, not the outsider ones. Okay, so that, like that only, we are also semi permeable, and this likewise our cell, which is plasma membrane, is also allows something, means little, means they are selectively permeable, just they are fixed, that only this thing can come inside the cell. Okay, students, now see, I'm giving you this, like, see, I'm giving you to fill up. This is A, this is B, and this is C. Okay, you have to write down in the comment box what will become in place of A, B and C. So from my side, from that A is nucleus, this B is cytoplasm and C is cell membrane. Okay students, everyone got this? Now let's come to this part. Are you able to see something over here? This is the first one. This is animal or plant cell. This is plant cell and this oval one is animal cell. In this we can see this is ribosome or mitochondria. This is mitochondria. This is nucleus. Both are having nucleus, okay? But this mitochondria is also both side, but there is some green like structure. This is called chlorophyll. Okay, this is only present in the plant cell. Okay students, so see, you can see there is only one gap between this. Are you able to see? This is only one gap. Here after this one gap there is one more gap, and this gap is known as cell wall. Okay, this is present only in plant cell. Okay, now let's discuss about this plant cell. What is this plant cell? Okay, so animal cell's outermost membrane is cell membrane, whereas the plant's outermost cell is what called as, this is called as cell wall. And now let's see what is cell wall. So there is an outer thicker layer in the cell plant called as cell wall. This additional layer surrounding the cell membrane is required by the plants for protection. See, plant cell need protection against variation in temperature, high wind speed, atmospheric moisture, etc. They are exposed to the variations because they cannot move. Okay students, here you can see many things about this plant. Okay, see here, the one is cytoplasm, nucleus, nucleolus, ribosomes, chloroplast, amyloplast, peroxisome, Golgi apparatus, mitochondria, vacuole, cell membrane, cell wall, endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, we will be studying one by one about this. We first talked about cell wall. Okay students, so what is the need for the plants and animal cells to be different? See, you have to just compare why this both need to be different, and you have to write the answer in the comment box. Till then let me tell you the answer of this. So these have to be different because in the plant they are not like us, they cannot move, they are stilt over there. Okay, and this cell wall, they are having cell wall. So this plant cell is having cell wall because see what this cell wall does, it protects them. Okay, it provides rigidity to the surrounding of that plant. Okay, that's why it is not able to break, it is flexible over there, and we can move, we can defend ourselves, but they are still over there. But so that's why they have to defend. That's why that cell wall provide them rigidity, shape, okay, structure to that plant and tree. And they have, their cell contains chlorophyll also, and that chlorophyll gives the does the process of photosynthesis and provides food and nutrition to the plant. And simply we have different cells, we don't have chloroplast because we can eat the plants. Okay, and from that we can gain our energy, we can make that plants are making their own food and we are dependent on that food which is made by plants. Okay students, that's why the cell of the plant and animal should be different. So now let's differentiate between plasma membrane and cell wall. Okay student, so first tell me that cell wall and plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is also known as cell membrane. So see, cell membrane gives shape to the cell. Okay, in addition to the cell membrane, there is an outer thick layer in the cell of plants called cell wall. Okay, this additional layer surrounding the cell membrane is required by plants for protection. and plant cell needs protection against which things? Variation in temperature, high winds, okay, high wind speeds, atmospheric moisture, etc. And they are exposed to these variations because they cannot move. And cells can be observed in the leaf of peel of many things, okay, in every plant. Now everyone got this? Now there is a question for you all. Okay, this is the normal cell. You have to differentiate between these two cells, okay. Just first of all let me tell you. So now in this cell we can see that we have learned few components of this cell. What are they? We learned about cell membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm, okay. And now check it out, there is a simulation over there. You have to go to the Hudson Alpha iCell 3.0 site. There is a simulation of this cell, okay. You can see the real shape and structure of this components. So this link is in the description. You can go and try this simulation at your home, okay. Now you can check the shape of and size of this components, okay students. Now we will be seeing this liquid part. Are you able to see this liquid parts in which this all these components are there? Yes, and this is known as cytoplasm, okay. What it is known as? Cytoplasm, okay students. So what is cytoplasm? Anyone know about this? They can write in the comment box. Till then let me tell you that cytoplasm is the jelly like substance present between the cell membrane, okay, and the nucleus, and various other components or organelles or cell are present in the cytoplasm. These are mitochondria, Golgi body, ribosomes, nucleus, etc. Okay students, everyone is clear till here? First of all, let's see what is cytoplasm. It is the jelly-like substance present between the cell membrane and the nucleus. Various other components or organelles or the cell are present in the cytoplasm. These are mitochondria, Golgi body, ribosome, nucleus, okay, and endoplasmic reticulum, etc. Now there is a question: why is cytoplasm an important component of cell? This is very important question. You have to think and write this in the comment section. I will check this answer and I will give you reward also, okay. So tell me this in the comment section. Till then let me tell you why this cytoplasm is important. See, we should always have a medium to travel, okay. Like in the water also, if we need any medium to travel, like air is the medium, water is a medium, okay. Everything needs a medium to travel, like sounds travel in the medium of air, like that. So if there is no liquid, the all the process functioning in that cell is occurring through this important part, cytoplasm, okay, because it is connecting all the components inside that cell together inside cytoplasm, okay. This nucleus plus cytoplasm is known as protoplasm, okay. This is a new term called as nucleus plus cytoplasm is known as protoplasm, okay students. This is very important because it makes the all components functioning in nature, because if this is not there, the nucleus and this endoplasmic reticulum, no transfer will be taking place, no RNA DNA will be making. You will be learn this in the higher classes. So now let's see a question. The fluid material inside the cell is called as A. Cell membrane, B. Nucleus, C. Cytoplasm, or D. Cell wall. So the answer will be cytoplasm. So students, let's recap today what we have learned. That we have learned about components of cell. In that also we talked about cell membrane, cell wall, and in the last we talked about cytoplasm and its importance. So students, now I will be concluding it by giving you some homework. So homework is that the first question, which part of the cell contains organelles, and the second one is you have to differentiate between animal and plant cell based on the outermost membrane. And there is an activity for you all. You have to explore the different components of cell, okay, using the online simulation. Just now I have give you the link of Hudson Alpha iCell 3.0. You should go at home also, and you have to see, okay, you have to see, explore how the cells are be seeing, okay, their shapes and size in the cell. Okay, this is very good for you, and you will be remembering every parts by seeing that only. Okay, it will be helpful in your further studies in your higher classes. So students, thank you for today. So tomorrow we will be meeting again. We will meet again with a new topic, interesting topic. So thank you for today. Thank you students.